The first step in the removal process is to cut down the length of the extension. I've already removed the polish from this nail so you can see clearly where I'm going to be cutting the extension. As you can see here, where my natural nail stops and where the extension stops, there's a gap. So I'm going to take this tool that I got from Amazon, and it's made especially for cutting extensions. Taking this tool, I'm going to place the blade right above where the natural nail stops. When using this tool, you want to make sure you cut down as close to the natural nail as you possibly can, but being careful not to cut your natural nail. This tool is made especially for cutting through thick extensions, so it can easily cut through natural nails. Next, I'm going to remove the polish from the gel extension. There are actually two ways that you can do this. So I'm going to show you the first way, which is removing the polish with a file. This one is 100 to 180 grit, and I'm going to use this today to remove the top layer of the polish from the extension. You can see that the nail file has started to break away the polish. The top layer is gone, it's no longer shiny, but what we want to do is get all the way down to the extension so we can see the clear part. As you can imagine, using a file is going to take a while, so I'm going to speed this process up by using a drill and my 5-in-1 bit. If you're looking for an affordable drill, I think this is a great option. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles, right? But it has the basic necessities of a drill. And then later down the line, if you feel comfortable with the drill, you can always invest in a more expensive, high-tech one, I guess you can say. But this one gets the job done for me. I'm going to remove all of the gel polish off of the extension until it is completely clear. When you're using a drill, you want to use slow up and down motions and use gentle pressure. You can always increase the drill speed if you feel comfortable, but this one is good enough on the lowest setting. Before we start the soak off process, you want to remove all the dust from the nail if you've used a drill or even a file. And this is what the extension will look like once all the polish is removed. It should be completely clear. Now it's time to soak off the extension. First, I'm starting off with these cotton balls, and then you're also going to need foil sheets. I like to use the foil sheets that are already pre-cut because they're easier for me to break apart in squares and they last long. There are 25 sheets in here and it lasts me for well over a year because what I do is I take one sheet and then I'm going to break it apart into smaller squares. Out of one sheet, I'm able to get like 12 squares, so it covers both of my hands. So here is what the square size should look like, just about. It's about the size of my palm, and honestly, I could probably cut this one in half, but it doesn't need to be a large square. I'm gonna get my cotton balls ready. I do not like to use one full cotton ball, so what I do is break each cotton ball apart into smaller pieces and make them quite thin because you don't want the acetone to get soaked up by the cotton ball and not get on the extension. So you want to make it thin enough so that you can kind of see through the cotton ball, but you also want to make it wide enough so that it covers the extension fully. I'm going to take this cuticle oil and put a drop on my nail and around the skin because when you use acetone, it's drying out your skin. So I want to keep it nice and moisturized the best I can during this process. So I'm going to grab a cotton ball and make sure that it fully covers the width of my nail. And once it does, I'm going to place the cotton ball on top of the aluminum foil, then saturate that cotton ball with acetone. Once the acetone is on the cotton ball, I'm going to take the foil and wrap it around my finger nice and tight. So I like to do things around my house when my nails are soaking off. So I add these clips, and this is going to hold the aluminum foil in place even better because I'm going to be doing things. If you're just sitting still, maybe watching TV, you don't need this. Once everything is good to go, I'm going to be setting a timer for 20 minutes and then letting the gel extension soak off. Once the time is up, I'm going to begin removing the gel from the nail. I'm taking this cuticle pusher and pushing down. It looks harder than it is, but I actually am pushing down gently. You should not need to press down firmly or be rough with your natural nail. The gel extension should be coming off very easily. If it's not and you're finding yourself having to pull and tug quite hard, that means the gel is not fully soaked off, and all you have to do is just throw the aluminum foil back on the nail and let it soak for another 5 to 10 minutes. Next, I'm taking this buffing block to remove any of the small pieces of gel that may be left over on the nail. When I remove my gel polish, I like to actually fully prep my nails to keep them nice and strong. I'm going to be applying this Sally Hansen Instant Cuticle Remover to my natural nails, and then I'm going to push back my cuticles. After pushing back my cuticles, I'm going to clean up the shape of my natural nails with a file. I'm going to be taking this alcohol prep pad and removing the dust from my natural nails. I'm going to be applying this base gel today so that I can keep my nails nice and strong. I have noticed that when I keep a gel base or a builder gel on my natural nails, they grow so much faster and they don't break as easy. I highly recommend keeping some type of product on your natural nails and don't let them go bare because they are more prone to breakage when there is nothing reinforcing the strength of the nail. I'm going to be taking this alcohol and a flat brush and removing any gel polish that might be on the skin before I place my hand in the UV LED lamp. That's it for today's video on how to easily remove your Gel-X nails at home. If you found this helpful, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more nail tutorials, and I will see you in the next video.